day, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Your Health. Today is Caller Day, the entire program. Get on the phone, give us a call. I would love to talk to you about your health condition. First, let's go to our news. Let's see what's happening in the health world. People often ignore early warning signs of cancer. Researchers from Cancer Research UK conducted a health questionnaire concerning disease symptoms on 1,700 adult subjects. They found 53% experienced body symptoms over the past 3 months that could be attributed to cancer. However, only 2% of the subjects thought cancer was a possible cause. The study also found even if the person had symptoms that they thought were serious, they rarely attributed the symptoms to cancer. Well, this one is critically important. Far too often, we ignore the early warning signs of cancer. Even if we think the new sign or symptom is an indicator of a serious health problem, we almost always attribute the symptoms to some other health condition than cancer. One of the most important principles of cancer treatment is that we recognize cancer signs and symptoms early so that our cancer treatment options are more effective. And because as cancer progresses, it robs us of our strength and will to fight these deadly diseases. It is far better to make an appointment with your doctor only to be told it's nothing serious than to ignore cancer's early warnings. The American Cancer Society has recently published a list of the most common early signs and symptoms of cancer. They are unexplained weight loss. Well, you're not trying to lose weight, yet you've lost 10 or more pounds over the past few weeks. Unexplained fever. There's no obvious signs of infection like a sore throat, yet fever persists. Fatigue beyond that caused by physical exhaustion, a new and unusual persistent pain, skin changes such as a sore that will not heal, lumps or masses, the development of multiple colors in a mole, excessive hair growth, jaundice skin, or red and inflamed skin. Also, changes in bowel habits or bladder function, unusual bleeding or discharge, changes in digestion, appetite, or swallowing, and of course, a persistent cough. Please understand that when these symptoms occur, they are not always a sign of cancer, but why take a chance? It's better to get it checked out. Foods rich in potassium help to prevent osteoporosis. Researchers from the University of Surrey report for the first time the regular consumption of potassium-rich foods, such as fruits and vegetables, reduce the reabsorption of bone, thereby reducing the risk of osteoporosis. The study revealed that a high intake of potassium reduces the excretion of urinary calcium and acid. The study was published in Osteoporosis International. Well, this is certainly good news as we learn of yet another tool to help prevent osteoporosis. I think everyone knows that foods rich in calcium and magnesium help to build and preserve bone mass, and we have known for some time that the regular consumption of fruits and vegetables preserve bone mass as well, but we did not know the exact mechanism. Now we learn for the first time potassium salts, as found in fruits and vegetables, help to counter the blood and urinary acidity created by a high meat and cereal grain diet that is so typical here in the U.S. Foods rich in potassium include bananas, all citrus fruits, papaya, grapes, and raisins, mangoes, melons, pears, peaches, apples, and many, many more fruits and vegetables. It is the wise person who includes these foods in their daily diet. Continued alcohol warnings to adolescents make a difference. Researchers from the University of Buffalo conducted annual assessments of parental and adolescent interactions concerning alcohol use over a 3-year period. They found parental attitudes affects adolescents' attitudes and subsequent drinking behaviors in general. They also found if parents discuss alcohol warnings with their children early, then do not discuss it again, the adolescent was much more likely to engage in early drinking. Continued dialogue between parents and children concerning alcohol led to the lowest risk of underage drinking. The study was reported in the journal Addictive Behaviors. Folks, this is the second study we've reported this year that finds continued conversations with our children help to reduce underage drinking. These studies were, of course, conducted on alcohol use, but it makes sense that the same would hold true for drug abuse as well. What is unique about this study was the finding that just having 1 or 2 discussions about alcohol use are not as effective as a continued dialogue throughout adolescence. Don't assume your early teen fully understands alcohol and drugs dangers. Keep talking. It could even save the life of your child. Well, today on Your Health, we will be taking your calls, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why Bioinnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Our health depends on the choices we make every day, and few conditions are as dependent on our choices as diabetes. So here is your daily diabetic checklist. Number 1, take your diet seriously every day. Eat lean protein and leafy vegetables. Number 2, sugars and starches raise blood glucose, so reduce them in your diet. Number 3, check your blood glucose and record the readings every day. Number 4, take your medication daily and don't skip. And number 5, try to exercise every day. It will help you take off weight, which will help your body regulate blood sugar better. If you are diabetic, this is your quick daily checklist that could make life better. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. During times of stress, illness, aging, or when we do not eat a healthy diet, our bodies generate destructive free radicals. Combat them with the powerful antioxidant alpha-lipoic acid.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Sustained Release Alpha-Lipoic Acid, prepared with gastro defense technology, so this powerful antioxidant is released slowly into the bloodstream, providing around-the-clock protection.
Alpha-lipoic acid provides nutritional support for a wide variety of health conditions. It combats the destructive free radicals associated with the most common health conditions in America, naturally and easily.
Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Call 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Welcome back, everyone. Many blessings to you wherever you are, and I hope your day is going wonderful. Today is going to be a great day because Dr. Becker is here to talk to you the entire hour. So give us a call at 800-635-2673. We want to talk to as many people as we can today. So if you've tried before and you couldn't get in, today, pick up that phone, try again. I bet you can get in. Well, let's go to Louisiana and welcome Eleanor to the show now. Hi, Eleanor.
Hello.
Hello, Eleanor. How are you today?
Oh, pretty good. Just battling some health issues.
Well, let's talk. How can we help?
Well, I have, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I had a cancerous tumor removed from my left breast. And, but before, off and on since that, I've been battling extreme high blood pressure and high blood sugar. And it's just like a roller coaster. It goes down and comes up, but mostly lately it's just been skyrocketing.
How high does it go?
Know.
How high does your blood pressure go?
3 or 4 days ago, it was like over 200.
Okay.
240, 50.
And how high does your blood glucose go?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was my blood glucose.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I apologize. But my blood pressure, whatever, has been going like 160, 170.
Okay. And you say you had a cancerous tumor removed from your breast, correct?
Yes, sir.
What are
4
they
or 5
doing to
weeks.
treat this cancer? I mean, that's got to be top priority right now, doesn't it?
Yes, well, they removed one gland, and they said that it was clean.
That's good
thank
news.
God for that.
Yes.
But they are recommending not necessarily chemo, but radiation. But I really don't know if I want to go there.
Okay, tell me why.
Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's
Sure.
because of the after effects or repercussions that they mentioned to me.
Yes.
Well,
Well, Eleanor, we can minimize the complications, side effects of radiation with the nutritional program. Now, we can't prevent it all, but we can decrease the burning, the indigestion, the chest wall syndrome, all the things that we hear about with radiation therapy for breast cancer. And the risk of heart disease goes up because it's virtually impossible to completely avoid the heart. They try to arrange your positioning so they minimize the effect on the heart, but to do the radiation right, you're going to catch some of the heart, so it can happen. Now, you say you have low blood sugar too at times?
Very seldom lately. It seems like the past few months, every time I have an illness or something, it skyrockets.
Yes, stress makes your blood glucose go up, but you've had times of low blood sugar too?
Yes, sir, but not too often.
Not
here
too
of
often.
late.
Are you taking any medicine for your blood glucose, for the diabetes? Any meds?
I'm taking something, Azar 1040, HDTZ, which is, I think, a fluid pill.
Pressure. Okay.
Something called glipizide and another gemfibrozol. I get the two mixed up. I'm not sure which one is for the
gemfibrozol is
blood
for
sugar, which one for the high blood pressure or cholesterol.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Has anybody checked your vitamin D level, Eleanor? Because you are the poster child for vitamin D deficiency. You have high blood pressure, which is absolutely linked to vitamin D deficiency. You have diabetes, which is absolutely linked to vitamin D deficiency. And you have breast cancer, absolutely linked to vitamin D deficiency. Are you taking vitamin D, and has anyone checked your blood level of vitamin D?
No, it has never been checked.
Would you please ask next time in to check your vitamin D? Eleanor, there's a study, there's been a couple studies that ended with this conclusion. When women develop breast cancer, if they have higher levels of vitamin D, which is easy to achieve with supplementation, and it's not dangerous at all, in fact, it's health promoting. If you have higher blood levels of vitamin D, in light of breast cancer, you're 60% more likely to be alive in 5 years. And we're talking about a 15-cent a day pill. You know, there is a drug that's been approved by the FDA for prostate cancer. Now, I know you don't have prostate cancer, but this drug on average provides 90 days of extra life to the prostate cancer patient. And they're charging $100,000 for this drug for 90 days. That's what it gives you, 90 days of life. Now, maybe that's worth it for you, but we can do similar for you with vitamin D for pennies a day. It's imperative we get your vitamin D level up. What do you think of that statement, Eleanor?
Yes, it sounds wonderful. It's just my problem off and on here of late has been being cut tremendously because I'm 73 years old from Social Security, and just every time I work a little bit, they taking everything back from me and cutting me to the bone, and I don't even hardly have money. I can't even afford to go to a dentist lately.
Well, I'm going to send you enough to help you get started. I'm going to send you enough to help you get started. It'll last you for quite a while, and I think you can find a way to free up maybe 20 cents a day for vitamin D. If there was nothing else that you can do to complement your treatment, make it vitamin D. But I'm going to give you some other things. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk about is how we can minimize the side effects and complications of radiation therapy. Beta-glucans. Beta-glucans are phenomenal in this regard. I want to tell you one study. The U.S. Army did this study. They developed and came to understand what's called the lethal dose 100 LD100. Every rat dies when you get this much radiation. Okay? So this is an overdose of radiation in a laboratory animal. They set the amount. They figure that out. Then they give the same family of rats, other rats, related rats, a dose of beta-glucan, and 70% of them survive after the same amount of radiation. 0 life, 70% survive. That's just from beta-glucans, and there's more. I want to send you the beta-glucans. Take one before the radiation treatment, take one immediately after. So you'll be taking 2 a day, 1 before, 1 after, and continue that on through the course of radiation. The next is curcumin. Curcumin is a powerful antioxidant that helps to shield your body from the complications of radiation. There's a lot of research on it. Next is the grapeseed extract. Grapeseed extract with resveratrol. I'm going to send that to you. Probiotics. Do similar probiotics. Now, isn't this amazing? Bowel flora, healthy bacteria for the intestines help to prevent the complications of radiation. I find that amazing. Fish oil can play a role here, but those are your main ones. Take a dose before and a dose after of all of these that I've mentioned. I want to send you Foundations for Healing. I want you to read the entire book. You know, folks, you can do a lot with just your diet. Now, we all have to eat. Go to the grocery store, and you know, we always recommend to do organic when you can, but I know it's more expensive. If you're careful, if you do a little research and avoid the foods that are most often contaminated with pesticides, if you avoid those, the non-organic can do just fine for most people in a setting like this when money is tight. And money's tight all over, I get that. So pay particular attention to the dietary recommendations for the cancer patient. A little noni juice will help you, a little vitamin C, I'm going to send all that to you, a care package for the treatment of heart disease, diabetes, and for the cancer patient. You will be in our thoughts and prayers, dear Eleanor. Good luck to you, and may the good Lord be with you. We have a break. Your call is next. Stay tuned. CoQ10 and L-carnitine are among the most important nutrients our bodies use for energy production. Deficiency in these key nutrients can cause serious complications to your health. In fact, statin drugs that are used to lower cholesterol may deplete your CoQ10 levels.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients CoQ10 with L-carnitine. Now, providing support for cardiovascular health is easier than ever before.
CoQ10 and L-carnitine support a healthy heart naturally, as nature intended, and our formulation provides 300% greater absorption of CoQ10 than similar products, using a technology so effective it's patented.
Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker for Your Health at a Glance. Does acid reflux keep you hooked on antacids? If so, you may be suffering from GERD, which stands for gastroesophageal reflux disease. GERD affects at least 20% of the adult population. In fact, Americans spend hundreds of millions of dollars per year on medicines to treat GERD. This is unfortunate because these medications have side effects. They can cause additional digestive problems, and they lead to nutrient deficiencies, such as the depletion of vitamin B12. Fortunately, there are simple lifestyle changes that can reduce the symptoms of GERD. Avoid lying down or exercising within 2 hours of eating. Lose weight because obesity worsens symptoms. Limit foods that cause GERD, such as fried, fatty foods, mints, chocolate, and caffeine. To improve digestion, eat a diet rich in fiber, yogurt, and drink lots of water. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Have you heard about the health-promoting power of medicinal mushrooms? These remarkable mushrooms include maitake, shiitake, reishi, and ABM. The medicinal mushrooms contain beta-glucans, compounds that promote healthy immune function while helping to coordinate multiple body systems.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Mushroom Complex with maitake, shiitake, reishi, and ABM in one convenient product.
Our mushroom complex features the safest and most powerful medicinal mushrooms available, providing natural support for a variety of health conditions.
BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. So give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. We're back, everyone. Let's go to Florida now and welcome Patricia to the show. Hi there, Patricia.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Dr. Becker.
Hello, Patricia. How are you today?
Oh, I'm good today. I thank you for taking my call.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It's no problem at all. How can we help you?
In the past, I started drinking more water, so it's not as bad now. I've had diverticulitis and been hospitalized a couple of 3 times.
Okay.
But now I don't have a gallbladder or a appendix. They were toxic when they ruptured, so they took those out. And I just wondered if there's something, and I was also diagnosed with low thyroid.
All right.
Hypo, I guess.
Yes, yes.
And I'm trying to listen to you for the last year and a half and do what you say.
Okay.
And I've been taking your Iodoral.
All right. Yes.
And eating seaweed and things like that, eating healthier.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to know what else I can do to get more stamina out of myself.
Okay. How's your liver doing?
I was born jaundiced, so I'm really hanging in there.
Yeah, but everybody's a little jaundiced when we're born. That's the normal part. But you had excessive?
They put me in the hospital for a year.
Okay, okay. All right. And for a year?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Did you, after that, did you rebound and come back and grow healthy and everything? Yeah?
Seems like I pretty much did till my teenage years.
All right. Is there any diabetes?
No, I'm not diabetic.
What's this about a fatty liver?
Yeah, it just seems to have elevated liver. I did have hepatitis A.
Yeah, but that hepatitis A, it'll make you very sick, but it usually doesn't cause long-term troubles. The vast majority of people, that's hepatitis C, hepatitis B, hepatitis D, as it were. You know, there's all these hepatitises, but hepatitis A or infectious hepatitis can make you very sick, but it usually leaves and we're done with it. There's got to be another reason why. See, you have diverticular disease, you had your gallbladder removed, you had your appendix removed, you have a fatty liver. This is all gut inflammation problems. Why is this happening? Have you ever considered the possibility that you're reacting to gluten?
Yes, I'm really strongly thinking so.
I think it's highly likely that you're reacting to gluten in a very big way. You know, it might be a good idea to ask your doctor to do the celiac disease blood tests. There's 2 basic ways to diagnose, well, 3. One is to do an EGD, esophagogastroduodenoscopy. They take the tube down the throat. They take a little biopsy down in the duodenum, you know, the first part of the small intestine, and it shows a characteristic histologic pattern. The cells look typical for celiac disease. The next way is to test the blood for antibodies to gluten, gliadin, these proteins that are found in wheat, rye, and barley. That's the second way. And then the third way, which is not as accurate, but it will get you to where you need to be, is to just stop ingesting all gluten and watch your physiologic response. Now, it can take a year for everything to clear up after stopping gluten. That's why it's good for the patient to do the test so they know what's going on. Because most people will go, well, it's been 2 months without gluten. I don't feel any better. I'm going to start eating it again. But you have to realize some people, it can take a whole year. That's the exception, of course, but I'd hate for that to happen to you. I need some feedback. Why were you worried about it? Why were you thinking about it? Did you have a hunch? Did your inner doctor tell you?
I really did. I had a hunch that it must be that because I just feel so much better when I'm not ingesting it, you know. So
Okay.
Of course, the holidays were a huge trigger. What can I say?
So have you noticed that when you have a gluten-high diet, your symptoms get worse?
Oh, I feel horrible. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good evidence right there. Now, it may not be celiac disease. Maybe it's a wheat allergy, a wheat sensitivity. In any case, it's making you feel bad.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we had this.
And bloated. Just, you know, it's almost like I just blow up from
Understood.
it.
Understood. You know, there can be other things, too. We need to cover it quickly. Many people, they're not creating an immune reaction to wheat, but it feeds yeast in their gut because wheat is starchy, and yeast just loves starch. So there's another way you can react to wheat and all the grains. At rice, you can do this as well. I would really love to see a blood test on you for celiac disease. It could absolutely change your life, Patricia. It's the most important thing we could talk about. And the only treatment for celiac disease is avoidance of gluten. There's nothing else that works. Not yet, anyway. Maybe in the future. Boy, I would really like to see something happen there. Now, let's just assume you get that done. Let's assume that the test comes back positive. You now understand it can take a whole year before you are completely better. But rest assured, most people within a month are saying, you know, I feel better. I'm on the right track here. But it does take time. Next, I want you to understand that celiac disease causes a profound intestinal dysbiosis. And what I mean by that, this immune reaction, this inflammation caused by the gluten, the proteins in wheat, barley, and rye, it causes the bowel flora to alter. Yeast overgrows, pathogenic strains of bacteria and viruses. This is a new area of dysbiosis research. There are the viruses in our system. They change as well. And did you know viruses can even infect bacteria? Isn't that unusual? And what happens when the intestine is stressed, that bacteria releases the virus and then they infect you. Okay? And so it creates a huge problem. So we need to treat the dysbiosis regardless of what's happening. And the fatty liver is your big clue here. Cirrhosis, about 3% of all cirrhosis cases are due to celiac disease, anywhere from 1 to 3 depending on your population. And a fatty liver, this is where the liver cells have been converted into fat. It can be a sign of diabetes and high blood sugar levels. It can be a sign of celiac disease. It can be a sign of alcoholism. It can be a sign of hepatitis. In any event, it ends up with cirrhosis. So this is one of your, what we're trained to watch for and treat, because the only way to treat that is removal of the celiac-induced condition from getting rid of wheat. That's what we have to do that. Now, how will we treat the dysbiosis? The healing diet is paramount for you. The healing diet is a wheat-free, gluten-free diet. It features healing foods. It's low in starch, low in sugar, high in fruits and vegetables, and the fruits need to be low sugar. We're trying to correct the dysbiosis. And this is what, we've been doing this program a long time. And folks, I can tell you out of the hundreds and hundreds of calls, 4 out of 5 of our callers, they're struggling with dysbiosis, folks. This is your problem. The bowel flora has been altered. This modern diet of ours is so foreign from the diet that Christ prepared with the loaves of bread and the fishes. It's so far away from that, and we're paying a huge price for it. All of you, please change your diet. A low dysbiosis diet, the yeast diet, however you want to think of it. Correct your bowel flora. A little oil of oregano works wonder. Olive leaf, curcumin, grapeseed extract, all of these powerful antifungal agents. Replace your vitamins. We are a nation deplete of vitamins. Our multiple vitamin powders Each dose has a mega B complex in it. That's what makes them so wonderful and helpful. You know, a diabetic uses 10 times the amount of thiamine and vitamin B1 as somebody without diabetes. Where are they getting the thiamine? They're not. Take the B complex. It helps to restore. It helps to prevent low blood sugar. It helps to prevent high blood sugars. So I'm going to send you this dysbiosis package. Please ask for the blood test to test for gluten. And the rest of everyone who's watching, please consider making this big change in your diet. It's what we're missing. It's what 4 out of 5 of our callers. It's been our experience. I would like to also send you Foundations for Healing so we can get on the right track. What a great call, Patricia. I think we have a breakthrough for your health just from this call. Thank you for calling. We'll be back in a minute. Can you lower your risk of disease? The answer is yes. One way is by including fruit in your diet. Fruit contains valuable nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers.
We've searched the world and found 4 fruits we believe are among the best. Noni from Polynesia, acai from the Amazon, and 2 new ones, goji and mangosteen.
These 4 juices each have amazing properties that make them great additions to your nutritional plan. If you're a diabetic or have chronic pain, these juices will help you feel better and have more energy. Plus, they help with digestion.
Now you can experience the health-promoting benefits of all 4 in one convenient package we call the Fruits of the World 4-Pack. And remember, it's 50% off by the case. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128.
I'm Dr. Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Are you one of the millions of Americans who are at risk for heart problems? If your diet is like the average American's, you're getting far more sodium than your body needs, and this may create serious problems for your heart. A new study from the Netherlands showed that a diet high in salt not only increases blood pressure to dangerous levels, it also causes damage to your blood vessels. To avoid these problems, you need to avoid foods that are high in salt, such as preserved and prepared foods like frozen dinners, canned soups and other canned foods, cured meats such as lunch meat, hot dogs, bacon and sausage, condiments and sauces such as soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, and spaghetti sauce, and snack foods such as salted nuts, pretzels, and chips. Eat fresh fruits and vegetables, fresh meats, poultry, fish, and other salt-free alternatives. As you decrease your intake of salt, your desire for salty foods will eventually be reduced. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Becker. For centuries, the herb astragalus has been a staple of traditional Chinese medicine. It's used to create a strong shield, protecting the immune system.
Astragalus is also used to support healthy heart and lung function.
There's even more. Astragalus helps to calm total body inflammation, a common cause of pain and chronic illness.
All of that without the use of medication.
That's right. Support your health the way nature intended with astragalus root.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Astragalus Root Extract. BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128 or order online at bioinnovations.net and see what astragalus can do for your health. That number once again is 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Call today. We're back taking your calls the entire hour today. If you've just joined us, it's not too late. Pick up that phone, dial 800-635-2673. Well, let's go to Illinois now and welcome Penny to the show. Hi there, Penny.
Hello.
Hello, Penny. How are you today?
I'm glad, and thank you so much for taking my call and for all the work you're doing for all of us out here.
Well, thank you very much for those kind words. How can we help you?
Well, a little over 7 years ago, I had AFib, which led to a heart attack.
Oh.
And after numerous cardioversions and an attempted ablation, they performed what's called a formal May surgery. It's an open heart surgery
Okay.
to stop the AFib. And it seems like ever since then, my health has just been deteriorating. I have no stamina, I have breathing issues, no energy, hair loss, constipation. I now have severe back issues, severe disc degeneration.
Penny, slow down, slow down, slow down. You've got a lot to deal with. Have they told you your cardiac ejection fraction?
Yes. It was 45 when this happened, and I believe it's now up. I just had a stress test in the fall, and I believe it was up to 55.
Okay. Well, if you can, 55 and up is considered normal. Mm-hmm. Now, some people will have symptoms, usually shortness of breath when you're at 55, but you're better than you were, right? Penny?
Yes.
Are your symptoms better than they were years ago when this first happened? You're feeling better, or are you in a steady decline?
It's like I'm deteriorating.
You've deteriorated. What are you doing nutritionally? Are you taking any vitamins, or all you're doing is taking medicines? Tell me.
I'm taking medicines for, I'm taking Pradaxa. I'm taking high blood pressure medicines, spirulactone, Carvedillo, Ramppril, I think it's called, and amlodipine or something like that. I'm also
How
taking
many different medicines are you taking? Penny, just tell me the number. How many?
1, 2, 3, 6.
6. And these are all powerful cardiovascular-related drugs.
Well, the alpurinol is for uric acid.
Yeah, but that's one of the highest side effect profile medicine you'll ever want to encounter. You have uric acid, you have gout too?
I don't know that I have gout, but my uric acid, when they run blood tests, is high, even with the alpurinol.
Do you have joint pain?
I see a rheumatologist.
Penny, do you have joint pain?
Yes.
Okay. You really can't go by uric acid levels. You have to go, gout is diagnosed by joint pain. One person may have a high uric acid level and never have gout. Another person can have a normal uric acid and have terrible gout. Now, the tendency is for higher levels leads to gout. That's the tendency. But you will be fooled if you base it purely on blood levels. The gold standard to diagnose gout is aspirating some fluid from a joint that's inflamed. If you see these uric acid crystals under a microscope, a special type of microscope, that's the gold standard. No vitamins, no nutrients. No one's ever checked your vitamin D level at all, have they?
No.
Oh, my.
They do routine blood work, but...
Yeah. I want to know what your inner doctor says. I know you have spent many nights lying in bed thinking, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel so bad? How come these medicines aren't improving my health? And inevitably, you're going to come to some conclusions. Can you share those with us? Why is this happening?
Well, it seems that whatever I do, it doesn't work. So...
Well, when you say whatever I do, what do you mean? Whatever medicines?
Well, it's hard to explain because of the back pain and everything I have now. It's hard for me to exercise. It's hard for me to walk. I walk bent over, and I stand up and I have instant pain. And the longer I'm on my feet, the harder it is. So, I try and watch my diet. I try and do what I can, but without being able to exercise. I'll ride a stationary bike. I'll do stuff like that. But as far as, I used to walk all the time. I used to take my lunch hour at work and walk. Sure. I just can't do that anymore. I just seem like I just keep getting worse and worse, and I'm at a loss. I just don't know what direction to go.
Okay. Well, as everyone knows on this program, I can't tell people to start or stop medications based on a phone conversation. That would be irresponsible of me. What I think you should do, you need to follow your doctor's advice with the medicines. You have a very sensitive heart. You've come very close to dying, and maybe those medicines are critical for your survival. Without knowing all your parameters, it's hard for me to interpret that. But I can tell you with absolute assuredness, you're nutrient depleted, and it is playing a huge role in your declining health. Okay? And it's not just one nutrient. Have you been, let me ask you this, have you been eating an organic, farm-raised diet ever since this occurs?
No.
Or have you just been eating from the supermarket, typically whatever they have?
I do eat lots of vegetables, but they are from the supermarket, but they have.
Well, I think you need a complete makeover nutritionally. I want to send you a package to help you. First, it's the Heart Smart Kit, CoQ10, L-carnitine, D-ribose, magnesium, fish oil. Your heart depends on these agents to make energy and to run smoothly. There's no getting around this. You need to have these things. Every heart patient should. It makes a huge difference. The next is you need maximum nutrients. You're low in magnesium, you're vitamin D deficient. You need a Mega B complex. Folks, I wish you knew what I knew. I wish everyone had a degree in biochemistry, a medical degree, and 25 years in a clinic experience. I wish everybody had that. It would be so obvious to everyone who calls that you must take vitamins in order to be healthy in today's world. I want to send you Active Adult. It has the Mega B complex right in it. It has calcium and magnesium. You need at least 3,000 international units of vitamin D every day. I want to send you Cordyceps sinensis. It helps irregular heartbeats. It helps to increase the energy to the heart. I'm going to send you all these things, but you have to take them. Most people like you, Penny, when they've been nutrient depleted, they taste a powdered vitamin mixed up in water, and they go, oh, that tastes terrible. I'm not doing that. That's a sign that you need it more than anybody. If the taste is abhorrent to you, this is the odd thing that happens to malnourished people. They lose connection with what they need. That's what keeps you stuck in your ill health. I urge you to push through that, work up from a teaspoon to a tablespoon every day after food with a large glass of water. Start your dietary supplements, and I want to hear from you. Call my office in 60 days. I want to know how you're doing. Because if you're not doing any better, I'm going to arrange for you to see a different specialist. Do we have a deal?
Will that stuff help with my back, or is there anything I can do for my back?
It's going to help you with everything. Trust me for a little while. Can you trust me for a little while? All right.
Do I call the same number that I called?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? I'll get this out to you as soon as possible. We're going to get you on the road to wellness. But you do your part. Change your diet, take your supplements, continue with your doctors and their medicines, but give me 60 days. We'll see what happens to Penny. We have a break. We'll be back. Is your life out of balance? It may be. The average American consumes far too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s. This creates an imbalance.
So what can we do to get back in balance? We can eat a healthy diet.
And most of us need to supplement with omega-3 rich fish oil. Fish oil contains omega-3s with DHA and EPA, fatty acids that promote good brain and heart health. So reduce omega-6 in your nutritional plan and boost omega-3 to get back in balance.
To help you do that, BioInnovations offers two products, the Fish Oil Complex and Omega 369, both formulated for your health and well-being. So how do you choose? For highest levels of DHA and EPA, choose the Fish Oil Complex. For a balanced formula, choose the 369. Go online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Here is our hope for you today. I'm Cindy Becker. Christian counselor Dr. Henry Brandt wrote, "To dwell above with the saints we love, that will be grace and glory. But to live below with the saints we know, well, that's another story." Throughout our lives, we encounter difficult people. These souls challenge the best of us. But the Apostle Paul suggested that we maintain our grace in spite of the actions of others. Paul wrote, "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone." Paul acknowledged it may not be possible in all cases, but we should still do our best. Try to look at difficult people through Christ's eyes. Remember his sacrifice was for everyone, even those saints we know who challenge us. I'm Cindy Becker. This is our hope for you today.
Different people have different vitamin and mineral needs. That's why Dr. Becker's Bionutrients multiple vitamin and mineral powders come in 4 different blends.
That's right. When it comes to vitamins, no one formula is right for everyone. For those who don't get enough vegetables in their diet, there's the Organic Green Blend with 3 servings of vegetables in every tablespoon.
And for those looking for a boost of fruit and berry phytonutrients, there's the Berry Blend with 3 servings of fruit in every tablespoon.
And don't forget the Active Adult Blend with extra B vitamins, calcium, and added cofactors like ginkgo and CoQ10.
Plus, we've designed a multiple for those with allergies called the Low Allergy Rice Blend.
Whatever your unique needs are, Bionutrients has a multiple vitamin that's just right for you. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. We're back, everyone. Let's go to Ohio now and welcome Patricia to the show. Hi there, Patricia.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello, Patricia. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good. How can we help you?
Yes, I've been struggling with arthritis for the past 8 years. Now it's in my shoulders, and it reached to the point that they're thinking about rebuilding my shoulder.
Oh. So, Patricia, this arthritis is only in your shoulders?
Yes.
Not in the hands?
Now my hands started to get tingling. I only get tingling in my hand, but it's just in my shoulder. But I got a lot of tingling in my hand.
Okay. How is the rest of your body doing? Is your general state of health good?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, have you had trauma to your shoulders? Because, you know, we usually have reasons for osteoarthritis. That's what they tell you. It's a degenerative arthritis.
You know, they did not tell me what it is, the name of it. But I'm a licensed FTNA. I work in a nursing home.
Okay. Have you tried medicines or anything to help yourself?
Just over the counter, like Bengay, arthritis, something for arthritis to rub my shoulder.
Okay.
But now it reached the point where it's affecting my back, up my shoulder.
Yes, yes. And you told me, but I couldn't quite understand, this has been bothering you for how long?
For the past 8 years.
8 years?
Yes.
8 years. Okay. May I ask your age, dear?
50.
50. Okay. Are you in the menopausal phase of your life?
Yes.
How long have you been menopausal?
For the past, I think for the past 2 years.
2 years. Do you think this is playing a role in your arthritis? Because it is common for women going through menopause and after the period's in for their joints to ache. Have you noticed a correlation there?
I can't tell because it reached the point is I only can lift my shoulders to a certain height.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about osteoarthritis. This is the most common form of arthritis. It often occurs after an injury. You know, we know of, like, for example, football players, they sprain their knee, maybe they do some damage to the knee, and they heal, they're back in the game, they play, but 20 years later, 30, 40 years later, that knee continually hurts. And the arthritis has its origin in the original injury, trauma. There is also an inflammatory type of osteoarthritis that doesn't necessarily require a trauma to initiate. But it really is much more complex. Those two arms of osteoarthritis is the traditional approach. And what we're learning more recently is hormone variations, such as occurs with menopause, can play a huge role in the initiation of joint pains. In fact, it can get to the point where people consider doing joint replacements, just like what you're doing. Now, there's another area that we're learning about with arthritis, and that is reactions to foods. It is common for celiac disease patients to have arthritis. It's common for people with food allergies to have joint pains. It's common for people with food sensitivities. Now, this is not celiac disease, it's not a food allergy, but it's another type of intolerance to foods. The most common foods that lead to joint pain include nightshade, group of plants. What are the nightshade? Tomatoes, eggplant, peppers. There's another one. I know I'm missing one. Tomatoes, potatoes, eggplant, pepper. That class is famous for causing exaggerated joint pains. Have you ever, Patricia, noticed that certain foods make you hurt worse?
No, I'm from Jamaica, so, you know, we love those kind of food.
Yeah, but it may be making you miserable. The next group of foods that can cause people a lot of trouble, and it's not necessarily celiac disease, but wheat and rice. Wheat and rice. And then any of the food allergies. Sometimes it is, here's the point. If you're considering doing joint replacement surgery, permanently altering your joints, I think it'd be worth a 3-month trial of being nightshade-free, no wheat, no rice. What have you got to lose? We have so many foods available to us today. What have you got to lose? Maybe your joint pain. That's what you have to lose. Do not tread lightly into joint replacement. And I'm not trying to scare people out of having their knee joints replaced or their shoulders or their thumb. This thumb is very common to have to do that. Sometimes it's the best thing to do. But if we can avoid all of it by changing our diet and taking some nutrients, why wouldn't we want to do that? I recommend you do this. And I didn't think this up. You know what I do between these shows, folks? I read and study, and I do it all day. That's my job. That's what I do. I read and study the writings of the most brilliant medical doctors who ever walked the face of this planet. That's what they have figured out for us. That's their gift to us. Let's take advantage of the smart people and do what they've learned, okay? Now, I want to add some things to help you with your joint pain. Glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM. That calms inflammation. It helps this inflammatory arthritis. Fish oil, at least 2 grams a day. I would do maybe 5 to 6 grams a day and have salmon and oily fish every week and maybe twice a week. Noni juice. Noni juice does wonders. You're from the Caribbean. Noni grows in the Caribbean. It's called the painkiller tree in the Caribbean. I want to send you some. Ours comes from the Pacific, but it's the same species, same plant, and it helps with pain tremendously. Curcumin. Curcumin, this strong antioxidant curcumin, it's the spice turmeric is where it comes from. And probiotics, I want to send you Foundations for Healing so you can read and learn. There's a whole chapter on arthritis, but let's give a therapeutic trial of a restrictive diet, and maybe, just maybe, you can avoid, what about vitamin D? I'm going to put it all in there. And maybe you can avoid an operation. We'll just have to see. Time will tell. We have a break. We'll be back for the wrap-up.
Do you believe that nature holds the answer to your health needs? Are you looking for a supplement that's simple and pure, yet really works?
If you're looking for nature's answer to better health, look to Aloha Noni Juice. It's pure and fresh, just like nature intended. Aloha Noni Juice is brought to you direct from the islands of Polynesia.
Aloha Noni Juice is 100% pure with no added sugar or sweet fruit fillers. It's the perfect addition to your low-sugar diet.
Aloha Noni Juice drinkers will tell you their vitality, energy, and sense of well-being have improved, along with relief from many painful conditions. Made by nature, proven by science, Aloha Noni Juice contains only nature's best.
And now you can enjoy the benefits of our new 100% certified organic Noni Juice. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. I'm Cindy Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Heavy metal poisoning is a growing concern, and it may play a role in your health. It can happen through occupational exposure or environmental pollution, or both. If you work in a metal shop, a smelting plant, or any type of facility that uses electroplating or welding, you may be suffering from heavy metal exposure. But those of us who live in cities may suffer from heavy metal exposure through environmental pollution. It's the #1 cause of heavy metal poisoning. It can occur over a long period of of exposure, or it can happen after a single dose. Symptoms can be overlooked because they're symptoms of common diseases such as fatigue, memory loss, tremor, joint pain, and indigestion. These are common symptoms of heavy metal poisoning. If your health is declining and you haven't been able to figure out the underlying cause, discuss heavy metal poisoning with your doctor. For your health at a glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
There are thousands of fungal species, and at least 200 of them have been found to cause human diseases.
Fungal infections are common, so what can we do to protect ourselves?
One solution is oregano, a natural alternative. Oregano fights problems created by fungus and yeast overgrowth, and it improves many other health conditions.
At BioInnovations, we offer oregano in gel caps and liquid extract.
Yeast and fungal disorders can improve.
So take charge of your health by choosing a natural alternative such as oregano gel caps or oil of oregano liquid extract. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. Your Health is brought to you by BioInnovations, trusted products for your health and well-being.
We're back. In the interest of time, we have a question from Shelley in Tennessee. We will paraphrase her question. She has a grandson who's 3 years of age, and she's concerned that her grandson may have autism. You know, the incidence of autism spectrum disorders has increased some 6-fold in the last 25 years, 30 years. And I don't think, and the researchers agree, that there's no one single cause. It's due to a multitude of factors, including immunizations, vitamin deficiencies, pesticides. It's a chain of events. A lot of things come together to create the perfect storm, as it were. It's a tough challenge, and she wants to know if there's anything naturally we can do. First, I recommend a good evaluation from a person skilled in diagnosing autism. You need to know the territory you're headed into. It can be diagnosed at 3 years of age. Next, we know that probiotics are helpful. I encourage you to feed this child yogurt. I have a very nice crushable chewable probiotic pill at 3 years of age. We don't want anything caught in the throat, so I'd crush it and put it into the yogurt, add that. Fish oil, I would use a liquid until the child can chew gummies. We don't want that caught in the throat either. It depends, you know, mothers and grandmothers, you know when your child can chew something up and the choking risk is minimal, okay? But cod liver oil is outstanding. We have gummy, chewable DHA, which is, you know, from fish oil. The child needs a good B vitamin, a good general multiple vitamin for children is good. Be careful with food sensitivities and food allergies. Be mindful that foods can make autism worse. Certain types of foods, you know, the celiac complex, food sensitivities, and food allergies in general. Pay close attention to the foods. Now we're doing what we can, get a good evaluation so we know what we're doing. And most parents say their autistic child is still a blessing from God, and we can make things better for you. Thanks for your attention. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Did you know not all bacteria is bad? Probiotics are healthy, beneficial bacteria which provide life-giving support for your intestines. Add foods like fermented cabbage, coconut, or miso that supports the good bacterial balance in your gut. Real foods like this boost your nutrient assimilation, plus you'll feel great. It's not crazy, just healthy.
Next time on The Three, it's my joy to welcome back Stephen Strang, founder and CEO of Charisma Magazine and Charisma Media, and author of multiple books on President Donald Trump.
Christians need to wake up. Donald Trump is not our savior, of course. And really what we need spiritually is we need not only a revival, but an awakening where our entire culture